everybody, and welcome back to the Library of Ruina. Alrighty, we begin a new day and a new adventure. Also, at the very start, I'm gonna point this out. This is the base of a tree. I can already see it forming. It's like, look, this is like the base. These are like some of the branches. Obviously, we got the doorway here. These are the roots. I see you, game. I see you. The seed of light is blossoming into a tree of light. I'm onto you. But I went ahead and did a tiny bit of farming. Basically got everyone at least a decent, like, set. As decent as I can make, at least. Not having any real builds in mind. So, Malka's build is basically just status effects. So, easy enough, simple enough. Gifts are always going to be a bit of a problem. I don't know what it is with gifts. They're just kind of hard to get. So, kind of just taking what we got and rolling with it. Some builds are a little bit harder to pull off than others. And as time goes, I think it'll get easier, but I'm not actually sure. It seems like it's gonna take a while for us to actually get into the swing where we can fully customize a build and, you know, make it our own. But for the moment, I think a lot of our builds are pretty unique. Sure, two builds might be somewhat similar to each other, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're exact copies of each other. Like, every build kind of has its own unique spin for what we can give. The bonus passives are a big deal when it comes to making builds, is what I'm discovering. For example, a lot of people have a lot of bonus effects, and without those bonus passives, well, it just wouldn't be as good, now would it? Right. Gifts. They're hard to get. They're at least somewhat useful. Honestly, the ones that give you health or stagger are probably the best, just because you can't go wrong with more health. More health, less chance to die in one hit. More stagger, well, less chance to get staggered and then die in one hit. So, even though the ones that boost how much damage you're doing and stuff are really nice, they're meh compared to some of the other stuff. Now, the passives is where it really comes together, and I feel like if you pair the passives with the gifts, that's when they turn really good. But that is everybody's build, and from what I was told, number 1, the difficulty spike now gets vertical, but not quite as much so because we did the other two routes first. And I just gotta say, we did the easy ones? What does that even mean? These were the easiest ones? Oh boy. These sucked. Not Carnival. Carnival was pretty easy, but the other ones sucked. So if these two are even harder, oh, that's gonna be great. Number 2 was, it's a mixed bag. What I'm gonna do is, if we encounter a random general invitation that seems kinda special, I'll show that one. But for the ones where it's just like 3 fixers, you know, stuff like that, I won't show those. I'll show them at the start, but I'm not gonna show the fight, I don't think. So I think that's what we'll do. We need to get ready. I'm pretty sure this one is rabbits. I want to save this one for last, because rabbits equals guns equals way too hard. So, let's go ahead and head here. Walter, we have 8 of those. Isadora, we have plenty of those.
스승님, 차는 늘 드시던 대로 준비했습니다.
I've prepared your usual tea, master.
고맙네, 필립군.
Thank you, Philip.
스승님.
Master.
이런. 오래전 못난 친구의 소식을 이렇게 듣게 되다니.
Good grief. This is what I must hear from my old friend.
오늘따라 차의 맛과 향이 진해서 좋군.
I'm still upset. Why can we not hear sound effects when you have sound effects on? Why is it tied to voice? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway. This tea has a strong aroma and taste today. I like it. Oh, it's poisoned.
예, 감사합니다.
Thank you for the compliment, sir.
오랜 친구의 소식이 무슨 말씀이신가요?
What is the news you received from your old friend, if I may ask?
필립군, 도서관에 대해 들어본 적 있나?
Philip, have you ever heard of the library? Yes, although I know little about it other than it's an urban legend. It has recently been exalted to an urban plague, and it appears that Zway's Section 6 fell victim to it. Then the old friend of yours is... Yes, it's Walter. He seems to have fallen in the library. Foolish old pal. He struggled so much trying to rise up the ranks, and yet this is how he ends. I'm sorry for your loss. I heard he was your colleague back in the Zwei. It must be heartbreaking. My heart is unscathed, boy. I was never fond of Walter. Pardon? He didn't quite have the potential to be a capable man. He seemed clever, but his thoughts were one-dimensional. And his habit of making rhetorical questions. Goodness, was that annoying. Although I suppose he did have some talent, seeing as he managed to stay in Section 6 without getting demoted further. Perhaps it was savoir-faire, or mere luck.
어서 오세요, 선배.
This is the one I meant to pen. Okay, so someone told me I could do this.
이놈의 지긋지긋한 쌍화차 냄새. 오늘따라 더 진한데.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, thank you for that. That's good. That's gonna make it much easier to know people's voices. Ugh, I'm sick of the smell of Shang Shua Sha. It's even stronger today? Hello, Sionbei.
필립, 아주 날마다 쌍화차 타는 실력이 늘어가나 봐.
Hey, Philip. Looks like you're getting better at making tea day by day, huh? I'm sorry. I can't help but notice the thing you're wearing. Butterfly, and it's on your... Wait, is it left back? That's your That's your left shoulder, and it's a butterfly? Mate! Oh, no way. Oh, wait. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. Wait. Considering Angela, technically Angela, made a few abnormalities, but wasn't the abnormality. Is this where butterflies came from? This person right here? Is this where butterflies came from? I think I'm onto something. I think I'm onto something. I think I've seen the truth.
그렇다네. 필립군이 쌍화차 말아주는 솜씨가 용해.
He certainly is. Philip is an expert when it comes to brewing shuangcha.
나도 제대로 한번 배워서 아내에게 타줘야겠어.
Maybe I should learn from him so that I can make some for my wife.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
무슨 그런 묘한 표정으로 웃어? 쌍화차만 주구장창 만들려고 우리 사무소 들어왔나?
Cut it out with that awkward smile. He didn't join our office to make tea all day. Now, Yuna, Philip has shown excellent results in the field as well. He's become a proud grade 5 fixer now. If his Shang-Sha expertise, man, that's a confusing word, counted towards grade evaluations, he would have easily became a grade 1 and gotten a color, too. What? Why did we hear that sound effect? It just picks and chooses sound effects? That upsets me. Yes, if he were to receive a color, perhaps it would be bright yellow, much like the hue of this egg yolk floating atop the tea. Oh, it's almost the color of Forsythia, my favorite flower. Please stop with the silly jokes, Master. Philip needs a trusty role model. Anyway, I've taken care of the request regarding the 1,000 needles. Wow, you're impressive, Sionbei. Solving an urban legend class request on your own. Oh my It was kind of dangerous at the end. I don't know where they got it, but they started merging into one using a brainstem focus resonator. The building started melting. Needles kept pouring out of that lump like crazy. People struck by those needles started exploding and creating chaos. It was awful. And the culprit behind that was...
Was it yesterday's promise as expected?
Yeah, that seemed to be the case. I honestly didn't want to believe it, but it looks like magic really does exist. Strange symbols and stuff were carved on every needle. I haven't even heard of any other amplification device that can do that. Not from my knowledge, at least.
Still, you've dealt with it and come back alive. You are the pride of our office, Una.
It feels like I'm the only working member, though. And monthly rent is rather intimidating since our office is in the nest. You know the request I just did won't be enough to cover it, right?
No need to worry about our financial situation. I received a request that could keep us afloat for 3 months.
Is that an urban legend plague class job or something?
It is indeed.
And urban plague? What is it about? Is our office going alone?
It's the library. I tried contacting the Wedge office, but they seem to be busy with their own work. Thus, we will be taking care of it by ourselves for now. Besides, this request was directly assigned to us by the Zwei Association. Perhaps they deemed that they need an office proficient in combat for this job.
Got it. I'll make some calls then.
Please do, Una.
This is gonna be my first time handling an urban plague class case.
That is true, Philip. I know this is your first time with an urban plague class request, but try to loosen up a bit. Think of it as a learning experience. Watch how I, or Una, act on the field.
If we get this job done, why don't we throw a party at your house like last time, Gramps?
You surely have ways to get yourself fed, Una.
You know how much I love to eat, don't you, Gramps? And your cooking is awesome, too. House party, huh? Why the long face, Philip? Got too nervous to take on an urban plague? It's nothing. Well, alright then. I'll be preparing first.
Philip, how about a small conversation between the two of us once this job is done?
Sure?
It seemed as if you had concerns in your mind.
Understood, sir. That Gramps is still doing fixer work. You know him? It's nothing huge. I came across him a few times in the past and owed him some favors. And he's one of the veterans, too. He made his bones to a degree. In the smoke war when he was younger. He did seem to have many connections. Although he's washed up now. Yeah, just like me. He seems to be faring much better than you, though. Oh, did you really have to stab me with those facts? This interior is pretty slick. Reminds me of the factory when we raided as part of the Midnight Pancreas Burgers request. What a name! Ugh, please. I don't even want to be reminded of that case, and I'm not seeing any similarities here. I mean, that factory was pretty clean and moody for a place where terrible things...
Philip, I almost got to retaste the Shreng Cha I drank a bit ago.
Sorry, sir. Greetings, dear guests.
A pleasure to meet you. You must be Angela.
Yes, I am the director and librarian of my role's namesake.
Tell me, what should we do to kill you?
I'd like to know that as well,
I see. You have the capability for casual banter,
Let's cut the chat short, shall we, Master?
Now, Angela, do not hope to meet a peaceful end after imbruing your hands in so much blood.
I believe that the same can be said of you.
May you find your book in this place, then.
So be it. Oh my... Okay. At the start of the act, 3 random allies gain 2 protection. Sheeta, I just found a suit for you. Light of Daybreak. On a successful hit, deal more stagger if the target has burn. When inflicting burn, gain an additional stack. Inflict 3 burn. Burn, burn, burn. 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 Okay. Lone Fixer. At the end of each scene, gain 3 strength if no other allies are present. Huh. When inflicting burn using combat pages, apply 1 additional stack. Let me guess. Reduce power of the target's current die by 1. Whoa. Burn and burn. Okay, go figure. Gain power by double the current... What? That seems really good for, like, really long fights. That seems stupidly strong. And... oh, gain 1 negative emotion point. What? Interesting. Okay. Let's start with Malkuth. Oh, I should have brought Roland. That's right. Okay, let's do this. Go! Ha! Ha! Keep up, old man! Yes! Nice! Nice! Go! Gregory Adalis, he's coming in. He wants to win! Oh, and he does. Nicely done, everybody. Nicely done. Malkuth, prepare to burn. Ooh. 3 people going for her. Eesh, can't block it all. Will be tasty. Here we go. Ah! Struggle! Okay. Well, the burn is nice. Ha! Yes! Ah, almost got him. Nice. Dang it. Okay. Will be tasty. Geez, the amount of status effects. Oh, the negative emotion runs deep. Oh my goodness. You've got it. Dang it. Ah! 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 Wow, that burn. Woo! That is an insanely high burn. Okay. Yee. Match light on Gregory Adalis. Okay. Ooh, Kelana might be dead. Oh yeah! 28 damage. Dang it. Bah. Bah. 30 damage. Okay. Fine, just whip out 30 damage. Ah, footballs. I hate this one. Okay, Cumulus Wall. You know what? Take her out. Good, Malkuth. Excellent. Ah. Okay, we're fine. Didn't take out Yuna. That's kind of unfortunate because now she's still a threat. However, we can take out Salvador now. I'm gonna go for Feast. Don't have a second page. Okay. Ah! That stagger sucks. Dang it. He's not quite down. He's close, but not quite. Ouch. Yuna went down. Oh, right. The explosion. Gregory Adalis, I gotta be honest. You gotta kill him, or you're in deep trouble. 2 to 3, that's not enough. That wouldn't kill. Okay, get ready to dodge. Here we go. Ugh! Yeah, the other ones were just too fast. Oh, for a first try though, that almost went pretty good. Oh! Oh, Vera, disgusting! Ah! Ah! Okay. Wah! Man, Roland does not hit very hard. Well then, let's see how fast it can beat. Vera, go for them both. Keep it fresh. And... Scattering Slash. Here we go! Get him, Vera. Great. Excellent. Fantastic. My turn. Oh, you're a runner, huh? Well, you picked a bad fight to lose. Nice. Hey, Gramps still hasn't changed after so many years. He didn't seem to recognize you, though. Fixers meet so many people in their lives, it's pretty much impossible to remember them all. And Gramps knows even more people than most fixers, so there's no way he can recount everyone he'd met. Not like he needs to, though. And he's old, so his memory's probably gotten shaky. Why didn't you say to him that you knew him then? I just didn't want to make a scene. Giving him the time of day would only make both of us uncomfortable. Imagine walking up to your enemy in battle and saying, "Hi there, we were friends 3 years ago, remember?" It'd be awkward for sure, and bothersome too. I don't dislike how you try not to leave any loose ends in relationships. I guess so. I gave up caring about bonds long ago. And, as I say from time to time, you never know when anyone will backstab you in this world, even those who you would casually joke with. Gramps knew that better than anyone, I'm sure. Interesting. Oh, well, would you look at this? Spider-Bud, oh boy. Porcubus, oh boy. Spider-Bud. Well, now, we have a tasty meal ready to consume. I never really noticed since I had to be careful not to step on its offsprings, but man, it looks gross. Yeah, nasty. It never even comes down unless somebody hurts its babies.
It was merciless, but it still loved its children.
There are so many things I just noticed. Targets foes that have killed an ally. Becomes active and targets foes for 2 scenes after an ally dies. And targets foes with the cocoon status effect. Okay, interesting. Oh, we can't attack him at all. I was just gonna have Hod go for it. Well, that changes things. Thinking about those cocoons still gives me the goosebumps. Ah! Well, one spiderling down. And one that's very injured. Okay, look at the day. Hod, get ready. He comes. 10 speed. Inflict cocoon on a target. Okay. Can't clash. Let's wet. And boost performance. I'll end you. And fence. And she's going... Oh, she's gonna get cocooned. So... maybe we can win that? Let's see what happens. Maybe we can win. Dang it. Ah! Okay, we're cocooned. We had a chance to win that one. Ouch! Okay. What? Destruction in its wake! Ow. Ow. Haha. Haha! Oh. Not quite a haha. You're staggered now, Spider-Bud. You have nothing left to do. The only thing you can do is watch as your tiny little children are devoured in front of you. And And then one of meh. And go. Rah! Rah! Ah! Hard, the destroyer, the obliterator. She leaves nothing alive. Everything will die. Everything will fall. Hey, good block. Oh. Glitter. Sheeta. Okay. Sarah's probably dead. Actually, indiscriminate. We're just gonna let Hod get energy back. Commandeering. And here we go. Spider-Bud is active, and Spider-Bud goes for the only target imaginable. Ben. Alright, it is your time. Do what you need to do. Destroy it if you can. And while we're at it, we may as well go for take the shot. Good enough. Unhappy face. It's so low health, I think we got him. Oh, okay, Sarah's got him. BAM! Oh. It's alright, you staggered. You did just fine, Sheeta. You did just fine. Show that worthless courage. How about we scratch that? We'll even give you a nice, bright smile.
I don't feel so happy about this. It feels like I just ruined a family.
I like how quiet and peaceful this floor can be. And the librarians here seem calm and collected, just like you are, Hod.
Oh, hey, Roland. They may seem meek and quiet, but when they work hard. I rely on them a lot.
And I'm relying on my librarians quite a bit, too. What are you guys doing, anyway, all gathered up here? Doesn't seem like you're sorting books.
We were having a meetup of our book discussion club. We pick a book that catches our attention, read it, and then talk about it.
Not exactly the kind of meetups the librarians on my floor would like to have. I'm guessing your librarians are all gladly joining in with you then?
Yeah, they are. They're helping me out with this more passionately than I expected.
I was thinking at least some of them would protest out of, laziness. Imagine if you asked Netzak to join. He'd have run away before the meetup could even start.
You've got that right. He totally would. Still, I can tell things have changed from the past. I used to have similar meetups back in Lobotomy Corp, you see.
Really? I suppose they weren't the peaceful book club meetings you have now.
You're right. I ran a counseling program with my employees. They were always living in fear of the abnormalities if they were lucky enough to survive. I wanted to be of help somehow. But back then, I imposed myself and my ideas on them too hard. If the employees seemed ever so slightly uncomfortable with counseling, I'd beat myself up over it and let the wound fester inside of me. I was upset that no one understood my goodwill.
Sorry to say this, but past you sounds like a tiring one to deal with.
I know, right? I think so too. All the things I did to help others weren't really out of goodwill or anything. I was just seeking consolation for myself. I wanted forgiveness for the misdeed I committed in my first life. By being helpful to others somehow.
So, did you get to be a helpful person?
No. There's no way I'd actually be of any kind of help with that mindset. I even tried enkephalin.
Enkephalin, huh? Pressure must have been serious if you started doing drugs.
Despite everything I tried, I couldn't find salvation anywhere. Nothing I did could liberate me from the fact I was a bad person and a sinner.
And then you almost had the chance to take that weight off your mind, but Angela foiled that in the end?
Yeah, that's how it went. Even when Angela was standing in our way, I was only thinking about myself. Selfish, wasn't I? This was my one and only chance to finally repent, once and for all, but it all came to naught. It's silly, I know. I was still too stupid to realize it then. That you can't just become a good person through a good deed or two. What really matters is a mindset that prompts you to do such deeds.
And how'd you run into that realization?
Well, I learned it after talking to my librarians face to face, and holding lots of meetups like this, ironically enough. I carefully suggested having these book club meetups too. Like you said, a few librarians didn't like the idea at first. But when I explained why I wanted to hold this meetup, and how I felt, it warmed up to it, and helped me out with enthusiasm. It wasn't about the method or action itself. I realized that we should lay our hearts out in the open and let our thoughts confront each other.
All's well that ends well.
For sure. Maybe Angela looked forward to this outcome.
Not sure if our prideful Miss Library Director had the delicacy to set up a plan so considerate.
I think I'm going to confront her for real this time.
For what exactly?
I'll face Angela and let her know what I think.
That's gonna take some courage.
You're right. Angela still feels a bit distant and scary to me, but I'll try to approach her nonetheless.
And I'll be rooting for you from the sidelines when that time comes.
You might end up losing your limbs again if things don't go well. Are you gonna be okay with that?
From a distance, of course.
You're a coward just like me, aren't you, Roland?
Well, hey, birds of a feather flock together. Let's both be brave, together as cowards.
Yeah, thanks for the encouragement, Roland.
The realization has gone up. Ooh, all good ones. On hit, Ooh. On hit, staggered enemy, all allies recover health. Enemy loses 1 power and clashes against its... Woo! Now, who will join Han, I wonder? Well, no time to think about that. We have a porcupus to fight. Some employees would wait for their turn to visit that thing's containment all day. There was nothing ecstatic about seeing the lines of headless corpses, though. It's not as violent as others. I heard it could give unimaginable happiness, too. Jeez, this thing has much more health. Okay. On hit, give the target 2 positive emotion coins. Take no damage from... Great. At the start of each scene, characters restore 1 light for each page of pleasure. On hit. If the target has 3 pages, deal 20 damage and exhaust those. Yikes. Probably not gonna land, but we're gonna try. Okay, well, Kura literally can't do anything against that, so we'll try Indiscriminate, but it's not really gonna work. And then we're gonna do giant damage as much as we can. She's so big! Well, he stopped himself taking damage, though. Wow, we won that? And then we lost that one? Really? Good. Good. Great! We're not doing any damage at all. We are doing negative damage. Okay. Game of trust. Add 2 targets of pleasure. You have a chance to dodge it. Let's, see if you do. Oh, jeez. It's in the way, I can't see! Okay, here we go. Nice. Nice. Meh. Ah. Okay. All things considered, that didn't go terribly. Echoes from beyond. I don't think we're gonna stagger him, though. He just gets to move for free. Going for the bullseye. Just to win the clash. And then... Yikes. Okay, go for struggle.
Gotcha! Oh! I don't ever want to deal with something like that again. Oh! Okay, so funny enough, it giving us pleasure is actually what helped beat it. You don't reek of alcohol today. What's up? Because I didn't drink. I just want to stay sober today. What's gotten into you? You look pretty sad to miss out on a chance to drink. Oops. Was it that noticeable? Well, today is a special day. The day I died and perished from this world. Really? What's the date again? It's hard to keep track of time staying here. Date doesn't really matter. It's this exact moment I'm commemorating. I learned all about the life and death of Giovanni, my first incarnation. That's what you meant, huh? Do you think the followers of the Church of Gears are a bunch of fools, Roland? You mean how they're so desperate to find meaning in their lives, going so far as to join a cult? Nah, I don't think they're stupid. They're just pitiful. That's what I think, too. I grew up without anyone to call parents. Same here. I was raised by my grandma. Had a rough childhood. I was born in a nest and got left in an orphanage without even knowing who my parents were. I'd have died if it was the back streets. I was lucky to be born in a nest, and unlucky to have lost my parents so early. What nest was it? K-Corpse. That's one of the more decent ones I've heard. Yep, my life was pretty smooth. Slightly more unfortunate than others, and slightly luckier than others. I never really starved or got bullied by anyone. It was a sheltered life, free from any outside influence. All I did was breathe in that shelter without meaning. I thought it was the natural thing to do. Everyone else had the same expression as mine. In the school or on the streets, all the people in the nest made the same face. Lost focus, spacing out and staring into empty places. You're spot on. I figured life just comes and goes. I kept living a monotonous life until I met someone with a face I'd never seen before. Oh, I'm guessing you met your first love. I suppose. It was Giovanni's first love, to be exact. She was giving a passionate speech in the middle of the street, even though no one paid attention to her. I barely understood what she was saying, actually. All I could think about was how brilliant and alive a person could be. Love at first sight, eh? She went on about how she'll change this world and its people, and she was looking for recruits to join her cause. Isn't it funny? Who in the nest would want to give up their comfortable life for research like that? Really? Yet you did. True. Maybe she went out into the street expecting to run into someone like Giovanni. Her name was Carmen. Carmen, huh? Whenever I saw Carmen brimming with joy and pride for her cause, I felt alive too. I wanted to stay with her forever. Though she probably just saw me as a good friend or colleague and nothing more. Ah, the heart-rending agony of unrequited love. It didn't matter to me that much. I was content with living on like that. But then tragedy befalls the research team, right? Yep, slowly. Progress of our research stagnated, and Carmen gradually lost her liveliness. And then, when a kid named Enoch died during an experiment, it's as if something within her snapped. I wanted to cheer her up somehow, but seeing Carmen's lethargic face scared me so much. It's like I was erased from the world. And Carmen ended her own life soon after that. That sure sounds tragic. Must have shocked you hard. I could take it somewhat well. I was actually pretty calm about it. I thought, even
The person who was more alive than anyone could meet such an early and miserable end. I decided to stay in the laboratory to help out with completing the research Carmen started. Her colleagues were still there, and they didn't lose hope just yet. And one day, they said we might possibly be able to save Carmen. A tempting offer, wasn't it? It was, and I'm guessing it came at a price. It was a risky experiment. Subject could slip into a permanent coma if it went wrong. No one was willing to participate, so I volunteered to be the subject. Carmen coming back to life would have been the ideal outcome, but even if it failed and I ended up sleeping forever, I was okay with that. In a world without Carmen, I lost my light anyway. So I can understand people taking desperate measures to find meaning in their lives, like the Church of Gears we recently saw. I participated in an experiment that could get me killed for a similar reason, and its result was a failure, huh? Yep. And I was given a second life. Woke up in Lobotomy Corp as Netzak. Even though I had already abandoned all attachment to life before I died. In the midst of confusion, I could hear a nostalgic voice. It told me to try and live on. After all those twists and turns, I finally got here. Now with the fearlessness to keep on living. That's a commendable spirit, Nets. And now, I want to actually live, rather than just barely exist while doing nothing but breathe. If I get a chance to, that is. I'm starting to think it might actually be possible this time around. This world is bigger than I expected, and it has lots of hideous sides, but there certainly is beauty to be found. I guess your drinking habit was a coping mechanism to get you through each day. Pretty much. I do enjoy alcohol for what it is, though. Same for me. I feel like a drink now. Shall we? I'm all for it. Cheers for today. A new librarian has awoken. Pierce, inflict thrill. Deal bonus damage. Reduce max stack. When hit. Weird. Okay. So we have two new people that I need to figure out who they may or may not be. And still gotta do this. Alrighty, two more people have joined our library. Number 1. Bong Bong has finally returned to us at last. Some people, as we're progressing, I'm kind of learning that some people are gonna go in some wacky spots, but that's fine, because some people want to go to new spots, so I'm kind of just rolling with what I got. So, Bong Bong's build is basically blowing things up, with either bleed or burn. Never trust her with a match. And the other one, Crimson, another OC of mine, you could say. So her whole build is basically like Vera's, but a lot more doing damage, I guess. Doing just all types of damage rather than just slash, where Vera is just slash. Crimson is more bleed focused, where Vera is more slash focused, but that kind of helps out with the whole bleed thing. Are these good builds? No. Are they the cosmetics that I would like? I can think of some better ones. But, let's see what we got. Book of Yuna, Book of Salvador. I want his legendary, but unfortunately, it didn't work out.
아무것도 안 먹으면 죽을 거야.
Once again, recognizing a trend, how many characters are in the workshop of Darkest Dungeon?
Help yourself. You're gonna starve to death if you don't eat anything.
신경 써주셔서 감사합니다만 아직 입맛이 없어요.
Thanks for the meal, but I don't feel like eating yet.
사무소가 통째로 전멸했는데 그럴만하지. 그래도 마음 독하게 먹으라고.
No wonder. Your office got wiped out. You should harden your heart still.
자기 잘못이라고 생각하고 있어?
Do you think it was your fault?
네. 제가 말렸더라면,
Yes. Had I stopped them,
제가 좀 더 노련하고 강했더라면,
had I been stronger and more mature,
제가 도망치지만 않았더라면,
had I stayed there and not run away.
그러면 네 책임이야.
Then it's your fault.
예?
Huh?
네가 어리숙하고 약해 빠져서 동료들이 다 죽은 거 맞다고.
You were too daft and weak to keep the others safe. It's your fault that everyone died.
이제 마음이 좀 편해졌어? 네가 편한 대로 생각하면 돼.
Feel better now. Think what you want.
일이 벌어지면 결과에 생각하기 편한 이유를 갖다 붙이면 되잖아?
When something happens, all you gotta do is make up reasons that are convenient to you. No?
실제 원인이 무엇인지보다 납득하고 싶은 대로만 생각하고 싶은 거잖아.
It's not like you actually care about the cause. You just want to believe whatever that convinces you.
어이 꼬맹이들 너무 괴롭히지 마.
Okay. Alright. That's okay. That's a nice outfit. I don't know who's gonna wear it. These three outfits are just amazing. Oh, I love it.
Hey kids, don't bully that boy too hard now.
난 안 괴롭혔어. 갈궜던 건 파멜리뿐이라고.
I didn't do anything. It was all Pamela.
그래 필립. 이제 이야기할 정신이 들었나?
All right, Philip. Feeling well enough to talk now?
네. 배려 감사드립니다.
Yes, thank you for your kindness. This is literally like a Bloodborne helmet.
형제 사무소인데 돕고 살아야지.
We are sister offices after all. Gotta help each other out.
미안하게 됐네. 우린 그때 마침 12구 골목에서 뒤틀림 사건을 처리하던 중이었어.
I'm sorry we couldn't help. We were in the middle of handling a case of the distortion in the streets of District 12.
8시에 서커스에 당한 놈들은 오직 광기와 쾌락만을 위한 쇼를 펼치더군.
Those victimized by the 8 o'clock circus held a show of pure insanity and hedonism. Hedonism? I don't know how to say that exactly. It was akin to a festival in hell. Gave us quite a bit of trouble.
I had to get my body replaced too. This one's seriously not my style.
Is that a robotic body? Doesn't that shape infringe the ethics amendment, though?
It's not mechanical. It's a clone of my body. I got biological body recovery insurance some time ago. Pamela's body was torn apart beyond recovery, so this was the only way we had left for her. Her head was thankfully intact. I thought fixer insurances were a complete robbery, but it did help us out for once. Speaking of, doesn't your office have any insurance?
I was a relatively new member at that office, so I didn't know that much.
Yeah, you'll want to see if the office had any. There are many types of insurance with various conditions. It's nice to have a body again, but why did it have to be this? What? I urgently had body cloning surgery to save you, and this is how you thank me? What's the point? Even just looking in the mirror is discouraging. Don't you dare damage that body! You know what? Why don't you die a permanent death this time? That way you can't be recovered by any means. You won't have to pay me for the clone body then. You asking for a fight? Yeah, you punk!
You certainly are masterful at making chuangcha, as Salvador said. You flatter me, sir. A penny for your thoughts, Philip. Did the library appear to be related to the distortion phenomena in any way?
I'm not sure. I haven't experienced a distortion myself. But that place looked more alien than anything I've ever seen. And Master and Xianbei, they got turned into books there.
That doesn't help. Several associations have been keeping an eye on this matter. It's not just the associations. Even the wings and the fingers are clueless about what to make of the distortion. Alright. You don't seem too interested in the current topic. You must want to forget all this fuss about the distortion, head right back to the library, and retrieve the books of your colleagues.
I wish I could do just that. But my master said to me in his note that I shouldn't act hastily, and instead depend on your aid.
That old friend left with quite a troublesome little fellow. Death is a staple in this business, but his wife and children must be heartbroken still. Have you met them?
No, I couldn't visit them yet.
Why is that?
I'm too ashamed to face them.
Our next stop will be the library. Ready your gear.
Thank you, sir.
Don't mistake this for kindness. We're simply taking you with us because we were already planning to go there. And this is the least I can do to bear responsibility for my old friend's death. Personally, I'd never let a fixer like you join my office. It would give us a bad name.
Is it wrong? Is it so pathetic for me to want to repay the favors of my colleagues for their sake? Everyone says not to act upon attachment, that it's an unclassy and naive thing to do. Can't we as fixers? No. As people living in the city, do anything on the behalf of others?
Gosh, you're insufferable. He didn't even say that you're wrong or anything. He just doesn't want those kinds of fixers in our office. Simple as that. Don't be a miserable about it. Nothing is as unreliable as someone who's easily swayed by their feelings. You want us all to die just so you can fulfill your ideals, or what?
You must be sincerely believing that your actions are for others. That you are different from all the other unkind and selfish denizens of this city. Thinking that you are fighting for some higher cause. But know that those are in fact entirely selfish thoughts. It's the most dangerous kind of selfishness. You deceive yourself into thinking you're selfless. There can be no such thing as selfless action for us humans. Even the act of self-sacrifice is ultimately for oneself. A very dangerous kind of selfishness, one that slowly eats away at your peers and leads them to damnation. You gave a fine speech, but I must wonder if you're truly upset for the sake of Salvador and your other late colleagues.
I'll go prepare myself.
That Philip guy seems to be hurt, but I agree with Oscar here. Few things are as dangerous and nasty as selfishness in the guy it is of, for the sake of someone else.
I think I know what you mean. The determination to work for the good of the others can be a dreadful and loathsome weapon. Especially if one strongly believes that the justice they're pursuing is worth sacrificing for. They're blinded by self-righteousness and have no regards for their surroundings. They don't care what happens to others. They justify themselves for pressing forward, pursuing their justice, crushing everything in their way.
Wow, that might be the first time we understood each other for real. I'm touched, man.
How about some champagne?
Stop frowning already, would you? You're so annoying. He's still recovering. We should give him some space. Tiny things like this can still affect my psyche.
Never mind. You don't need to care about me. I'll try not to be a hindrance.
I'll stab you as soon as I determine that you're getting in our way.
Greetings, dear guests. Though your group seems to be in a rather ill mood. I thought you were a machine, but could it be that you are partially human?
Don't stare at us so viciously now. We just poked you to make sure, not to kill you or anything.
How rude. Hasn't anyone taught you to behave?
I heard the librarian of this place was supposed to be nice.
Someone advised me that there's no need to be courteous with ill-mannered guests who slap and spit in my face without reason.
I apologize. We couldn't afford to be polite when our very lives are at risk.
Oh, really now?
This isn't like what we heard about her at all. She must have had her own woes.
Well, now, let us see. Speed Dice 1. Upon taking a lethal blow, reduce all incoming damage, including what activated this ability, by 25 for the scene. Activates once per act. Interesting. You cannot die once. Pierce damage, pierce dice power. Okay! Pierce. Stagger pierce. Gain power by double. Oh, right, we already saw him. Brew. Okay. Stigmatize. Okay. Whoa, deal extra damage. Oh boy. Draw one page. Interesting. Deal damage. Okay. Well, why don't we take this out for a spin? Poor little guests. They have no idea. Welcome. Let us have a fair battle. Let's do this!
I'm nervous, but I'll do my best.
I have to prove to the fixers of the office wrong.
Please don't get into...
Alright, too much. Too much! Okay. Oh, jeez. Who's... you? 6 to 18 with extra 5. Yikes. Ooh, I don't think there's any real way we're gonna block that one. Bang! 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 Ow! Ow! Pain! Ow. Yeah, I don't think we were ever gonna win that one. Ah! We had a chance to win that one. Ooh! You know, for a little girl, you sure do hurt. Ah! You left yourself wide open with that attack. Look of the day. Glitter hard, your time has come. Let's do this. Bullseye. Ah! Alright, that's fine. Yes! Destroyed. Rah! Yes! Ah! 2 paralyzed. Nice! Good! Fantastic! Ow. Ow. Okay, Crimson still needs a little bit of help with her build, especially for how I, intend to build her. You know what? We can win that. Let's do this! She's getting closer! Nicely done. 20 damage. Unforgettable memory. Bang! Bang! Yes! Annihilated! Almost. Cocoon. On hit, if the dice rolled maximum value... we'll put that on Crimson. Let's see if she can do it. Oh, you know, that could be a nasty build. Take an ability that can only do a set amount of damage, and boom. That's basically always a max roll. Let's do double bleed back here. Let's do this. Dang it. Dang it. Ah! We're fine. Destroyed. Aha! Ah, almost. You almost had her. Don't worry. See, you got her in the end. No. Yes, very good. Eesh. Can we block that? Nicely done, Cheetah. Excellent. You're running away again? You big coward. You are such a baby.
Yet again, I thought I could fight with them until the end this time. How long am I gonna keep hiding behind others? What could I have changed if I stood with them and fought along? If only I had the courage to stand up to something. If I had that courage, when I was told to run, I hesitated. If I ran away, leaving my master and Xianbei behind, they might think of me as a coward. Maybe they actually wanted me to stay with them. But the decision I made was to listen to them, believing that it was for their sake. I convinced myself that I'd only be a hindrance if I stayed. There's nothing I can do here, so I should go outside and ask others for help. This is all for Xianbei and Master. And I'm doing this for others. I was determined to sacrifice myself for others. But if I forfeited, telling myself that this wasn't the right time, told myself it's fine because I'm still a selfless man. Said a vile and selfish person. I involved Wedge Office telling them that this is for my master and Xianbei, and I took their sacrifice for granted and ran away again. It's not for myself. Trying to justify what I wanted to do. Endlessly parroting for them, for others, for someone else, for whom? The words I uttered to disguise my selfishness as something greater. He was right. I was the most selfish and dangerous person. I don't want to embellish my motives saying it's for others. I was doing it all for me. Or myself. Above everything else. For me, who's feeling sadder than anyone.
Whoa. Unknown. Well then, let's see what you're made of. Whoa.
No one's going to cry on my behalf, even if I'm sad. This sadness is mine to bear, after all. If I must carry this emotion, if I can't get rid of it, if I have to repeat this cycle of sinking into the swamp of despair, and then thinking whatever comforts me, then I'll take the path of getting back on my feet with this sadness instead. Because I believe I can do it. Because it's what I must do. I have to move forward. This power has to be an opportunity given to me.
Shimmering. At the start of each scene, exhaust all pages in hand. Add new pages to hand, their cost becomes 0. At the start of the scene, inflict 3 burn to enemies if the character is not staggered. Regularly shifts between Feather Shield and Searing Sword, inflicts burn after being hit and attacking. Periodically will use Blazing Strike. Oh boy. Well, you're going for Sheeta, so already you're making a mistake.
Feather Shield.
Instinct.
Rueful Eventide.
Instinct.
So be it. The unforgettable memory, and I will end you. And because you're so late into this fight, why don't we make things interesting? I'll tell you what, I'll let you go first.
Now, let's see what you can do,
Philip.
Let's see what you're truly made of. Show us that emotion of yours. What are these buffs? Feather Shield. After taking a hit, inflict burn. We'll use Blazing Strike in 3 scenes.
The unforgettable memory. Wah! Wah! Upbeat performance. Wow, he's taking no damage. Tailoring. Ah! Well, we're gonna stagger him, I can say that much. Alertness. Enemies lose 1 power in clash. On hit against a staggered enemy. That one. Okay. Let's do this! Whoa, where'd the extra dice come from? It must be our emotion. Wow, he's got a lot of bleeds. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Indiscriminate shots. We do not have enough energy. Shine to music. Alright, let's do this. Indiscriminate attacks! Wow, that did like nothing. Endure! Wah! Ah! The amount of status effects! You are staggered now, dear boy. You are running out of life. But don't worry, we can restore it for you. Your heroic sacrifice is nothing more than a farce. A farce you will not be able to continue once we're done with you. You chose the wrong people to attack, and now you will suffer the consequences for it. Do you not see what we are made of? Do you not see the mistake you've made by coming here? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Whoa. Aggression? Alright, here we go. He's going for the attack. Let's do this. Woo! You ran even with that form? Are you insane? No, I guess you're not, because we just whooped him. Get absolutely void. Obtain 2 copies of the combat page, Searing Sword. Woo! Absolutely obliterated. Imperfect E.G.O. Sorry, I'm boasting. That feels so good. Woo! Okay, +1 health. Boost slash, +1 health, boost slash. While we're having red shoes, buff. Hot-blooded brawler, nice. Okay. Now that was a fight. Whew. Whoa. What's up with that Philip kid? When did he get such a high-performing workshop gear? No, not even the workshops could make equipment as good as that. This actually reminds me of that guy. E.G.O. That appears to be E.G.O. E.G.O? You mean the ego? As in someone's consciousness? It's a silly wordplay. They're essentially the same thing. The shell of one's ego. It's a physical manifestation of the mind. What? The mind? Physically brought about? That sounds too vague to be a real thing that could happen. It was the singularity of L-Corp, although the process was different. While L-Corp extracted E.G.O. deliberately, Philip must have manifested his thanks to the influence of the White Nights and Dark Days. Yeah, I understand somewhat now. Okay, put the brakes on your train of thought for a moment. You mean anyone can just extract powerful equipment like that from their mind? Free of charge? Don't rush me. This is also my first time seeing it manifest this way. If you were so curious, you shouldn't have let him get away. I didn't know that coot would put that kind of device on him. Old man Oscar's still not honest to himself. You seem to have a number of old friends. Oh, yeah.
They're seasoned veterans with mountains of experience. It's hard not to run into them at least once or twice as a fixer, you know? I want to see that new thing. But first, we got books to burn. Oh man, we only got like one of all. Alright, we'll just burn them all. What's the worst that could happen? Burn them all! I want the rewards. Nice! Wow, this armor's so ridiculous! This armor's so strong! Okay, well. Yep. Kalana, I think we found... I think we found your armor, considering you are literally a Pierce build. Yeah. Searing Sword. Inflict Burn. Feather Shield. Inflict Burn. Whoa. That looked pretty cool. So did we get all of his stuff, or just those 2 abilities? Either way, I'm kind of fine with it, because those 2 abilities look kinda juicy, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit good. Okay, well. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. So, why don't we do this one now?
언니 상수가 방금 전 머프 열차에 탔어.
Alright. So, we have the stranger everyone warned you not to talk to, Dr. Octopus, and then everyone's virtual waifu. Confirmed the Muller office boarding the train.
녀석들한테 관측 장치 붙여둔 건 확실하지?
You made sure to attach the observation device on them?
보노, 관측 상황은 어때?
Mono, how's the observation going?
달록이도 도와주고 있지만 영 쉽지 않아.
Darlok's helping me out, but it ain't easy.
이번 일로 실마리라도 잡히면 좋겠는데.
I hope we can find some leads at least.
이제 와서 다시 물어본 거지만 이건 확실하지?
I know it's a bit late to ask this, but you sure this job is a trusty one?
몇 번이나 말해. 추적 못하는 경로로 2억안 바로 받을 수 있다고.
How many times should I say that we can get 200 million on right away through an untraceable route?
지팡이 상수가 제시한 거래니까 믿어도 될 거야.
It's a deal offered by the Kane office, so we can probably trust this. I don't like that. Pay isn't the problem here. If we get caught trying to uncover the secrets of a singularity, we're done for. No insurance is going to protect us. I understand that you're scared because of our corp has W's corp's back, but we aren't going to quit here, are we? We wouldn't be here if we could. The warp train is departing in 5 minutes. Seriously, I'm really not feeling this. Does it even make sense that we can track the cause and effect of everything with some weird observation device we sneaked onto them? It's the device the Kane office gave us. They said it's invaluable with only a few copies of it in the city. And we verified its performance ourselves. I know this city has all kinds of bizarre technology, but I still doubt anything can be this convenient. Hey, the train's heading off. Okay, we just need to wait 10 seconds now. 9, 8, the casualty whatever recording device is working for now. 7, wait, something's not right. They're missing. We can't observe them anymore. Gone missing inside a warp train? It hasn't even arrived at its destination yet. I knew there was something off with this device. I told you it can't be possible for any technology to be this convenient. Don't put the blame on the device. It's not broken. It's still working. See? Something must have happened inside the train. Maybe there was a problem with the singularity, or maybe they noticed the device and rigged it. It's not so easily manipulable.
And they definitely weren't capable of doing that. You never know. It could be W Corp, sending a jamming signal to prevent its singularity from being leaked. And the Kane office hadn't made any preliminary research before giving us this request. This is driving me crazy. We're doing this sham job for 200 million on. Stop whining, will you? It could have something to do with this. This thing has the books of the Mueller office listed on it like it knows what we were doing. That can't be. Not even a minute has passed since they disappeared. The library. Oh, I'm hang on.
Okay, Dalek girl, Alec guy, Bono deep voice. Okay. I got super lost there for a second. Okay, wait. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, I heard of it. All the fixers and syndicates have been talking about it these days. So, what's the plan? Are we gonna head to that bizarre place? We don't have it any other way. Even if 200 million on is on the line, I don't want to risk my life. Going there won't guarantee success either. We might be able to see what happened on the train if we read their books. I just hope we don't get things screwed even further.
There really are people trying to investigate the singularities. Duh, of course. It could bring tremendous amounts of money. I'm pretty sure L-Corp put a lot of effort into keeping its singularity secrets, too. The eco-friendly energy company, founded after the Smoke War. We were freed from that suffocating smoke thanks to your corp. Didn't I tell you already? All I did was recite the script, trapped underground. Can a singularity be stolen if its secrets are exposed? That's not how it works. Those guys are probably just looking for some clues to how the singularity functions so that they could sell that info to another wing, or a big syndicate. After that, the party with the secrets will use that money to... we'll use that to extort money and stuff from the wing. Singularities are patented, so it's too risky to just use them, even if you know how to make it work, especially since those patents are all managed by the head. It's all about money in the end. Anyway, I'm kind of curious about what happened to that warp train. Let us receive our guests first.
I can't seem to make clear observations of this place either. The result can be seen, but the process... It's just like the distortion. The talk of the town lately. What a bother.
Greetings, dear guests.
How did you get the book of the Mueller office? They were supposed to be in the warp train for only a few seconds. What?
Well, how did we do it, I wonder? Unraveling the secrets of the library must come with a heavy price, like how digging into the principles of singularities is a laborious affair, no?
That was a stupid question from us. I have no idea what's going on. If the library and its books are just as mysterious as the singularities, then hopefully they're worth just as much.
May you find your book in this place. Probably the most unique voices so far. At the start of the act, inflict 1 paralysis to 3 random enemies. Woohoo! That's from Alka. She's so tiny! Oh, she's itty bitty! On a successful hit, deal more... Oh my goodness! Unstable charge. At the start of each scene, gain 1 strength at a 50% chance. Ah, that would be amazing for Hod and Crimson! Ugh! Okay, what'd they do? Holy... Okay. Paralysis. Okay, they're all about paralysis. Gain 3 strength next scene? Holy crap. Paralysis. Jeez. Okay. Let's bring out the big guns. Yes, not Ayan and Ingvar. Let's do this. I'll tell you what, let's gear. Let's see what we have in store, shall we? I really enjoy Yasad's music. Oh, man. I don't know what it is, but his music is just so good. I really, really enjoy it. Now then, on to more pressing matters. Haha! I win in the end. Ow! Excellent. She's so little! I know she's dangerous and like she's an enemy and all, but she's so little! Oh, she's adorable. I love her. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, manly stuff. Okay. Oh, this is gonna suck. Well, hey, may as well gain some strength off it, huh? Let's just do some damage, and then let's do some more damage. Here we go. Bang! Ow. Oh, almost staggered her. We're fine. Dang it. Beep, 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 beep. How about a silent night to silence your beep, 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 beep. Metallic ringing. Yes, sir. I bash my head on the wall. It makes a refreshing sound. Okay. I'd like. Oh, we don't have the energy. Will be tasty. I'll end you. And that's gonna hurt. That. Or will it? Let us race. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if we win this one. Oh! I didn't see what we rolled, but it clearly wasn't enough. Aha! You're staggered, tiny being. Ha! Beep, 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 beep. Violence. Yes, son, you are violent now. Ooh, phase 2. The emotion runs deep. Yeah, probably not gonna win that one. Actually, handling work. Silent mist. I hate CQC. Here we go. Bang! Bang! Feeble. Dang it! Ooh! We're alright. Silent Night. Oh, jeez. This is kind of a rough fight. They were actually surprisingly strong. Okay. Taste my flaming bat! How about we scratch that? Let's do scattering. Unforgettable memory. Let's do this. Dang it. Okay, we're gonna block his next attack. Dang. Very good. Keep at it. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. I am not particularly happy to be victorious. Okay, you ain't got much left, do you? I'm indiscriminate. Maybe we'll, you know, because if they lose, he's not going to be able to do it again. So, what do we do against her? Let's go Endure. And then Ingvar, just hang out. Actually, Ingvar, get her. Bang! 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 Yeah! Stopped him right in his tracks. Gotcha. Okay. Ingvar, you can attempt to dodge, although I gotta be honest, not excited about your chances. Let's go for hard rehearsal, and then we'll just hang out with Yasan. Hey, we didn't get staggered, but he did. Nice! Nicely done, everybody. Nice. Oh, I was gonna say, no cutscene? L Corp produce clean energy. W Corp operates fast and surefire transportation. What do you think R Corp's singularity is? I bet it's something that pumps out efficient killing machines.
Don't you know more about it since you used R-Corp services?
As I've said multiple times before, such details are beyond my knowledge. I had little interest in finding out back then. Still, from what I observed of them, considering the amount of their rabbits and the combat power of each unit, you're probably correct. They were not exceptionally strong, but they did a fine job at grazing the grass inside the facility. I wonder what the principle behind it is.
Heck if I know. I'm not an executive of R-Corp or anything. Every wing keeps its singularities under tight wraps. Take the distortion and abnormalities, for instance. Only the results are seen and not the process. Same goes for the other singularities.
So everyone simply consumes the end results without knowing the process.
It's easier on the mind that way. There's no point in asking questions about technology unless they encounter problems using it. People just spend money and get its worth. There's no real reason for questioning how things work. Wasn't it the same with L-Corp?
You're right. It was the same. All we needed was a result. It didn't matter how many were sacrificed in the process.
See? The other wings aren't going to be any different from that. I don't know if that's the right thing to say to her. Singing machine? Oh boy. Was she a singing machine? Really? Or wait. There we go. Fairies! Ah! Okay, do we have time? I don't think we have time. I think, okay, after last episode being as long as it was, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one here. Otherwise, this episode is going to be longer than last episode. So, in all honesty, I'm probably going to record the next episode directly after this one, but be sure and let me know if there's any cosmetics that we have unlocked that you would like to see, and I will be sure to give it to you post-haste. But for now, let's see what we get. Wow, we got one whole... it's worth it. Seriously? We got one? Oh well. Okay. But be sure and let me know if there is an outfit that you saw in this episode that you would like to use, and... Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this episode isn't as long as the last one, but chances are it's probably gonna be. I'm gonna record the next episode probably right after this outro finishes, but anything that you would like changed about your character, please let me know, and I will be sure to do it post-haste. Whew. Things are starting to get juicy. And I'm assuming after we defeat... This is gonna be R-Corp. This is gonna be the rabbits. I can already... Not that it's obvious, but it's obvious enough. I can pretty much tell that it's gonna come. So, oh boy. So in the next one, we're probably gonna fight the rabbits. Learning a lot of lore stuff. I'm wondering if we're... Well, eventually we probably will, but I'm wondering if we're ever gonna learn about the pianist. Because he's kind of just like... He's like A from Lobotomy Corp, where you hear about him at the start, you get little glimpses throughout the game, and then probably at the very end of the game is when he'll be revealed. That's what I'm guessing. But... I guess we'll see how it goes. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this was a enjoyable enough episode. We did get some new people, and we're about to get 2 more. So, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.